The house was quiet. Too quiet. A late summer evening in the early 1990s. No traffic noise. No television sound. Just the hum of old wiring inside the walls. The phone sat on the side table. Beige plastic. Curled cord. Heavy receiver. The kind of phone that stayed in one place forever. Emma Calder was 9 years old when she vanished. That detail mattered. Later, on the night she disappeared, her mother remembered one thing clearly. Not the clothes. Not the weather. Not the last words. She remembered the phone. It rang, she would say years later. Once. Then it stopped. Emma had been coloring on the living room floor. Crayons scattered. Paper folded at the edges. A half-drawn house. No faces inside. The ring came suddenly. Sharp. Metallic. Emma looked up. Paused. Listen. Don't answer it, her mother said, distracted, flipping through mail. Probably a wrong number. The phone stopped ringing. Silence returned. Thick. Heavy. Minutes passed. Or seconds. Time blurred. When her mother looked down again, Emma was gone. No footsteps. No open door. No scream. Just crayons on the floor untouched. The investigation moved fast. Then slower. Then not at all. Neighbors were questioned. Photos were printed. Flyers taped to poles. Emma's face stared out from black and white copies. Big eyes. Uneven bangs. A faint smile like she knew something no one else did. Weeks turned into months. Months into years. The case went cold. The phone stayed where it was. Unplugged now. Silent. Emma's mother never replaced it. I don't want a new one, she said. If it rings again, I want it to be that phone. 8 years passed. The world changed. Phones got smaller. Faster. Smarter. That house stayed the same. Dust gathered on shelves. Paint peeled near the windows. The phone yellowed with age. Then one afternoon it rang. Not loudly. Not urgently. Just once. Emma's mother froze. Her breath caught. Her hands shook. The phone was not connected. No line. No service. Nothing. She stared at it. Didn't move. Then it rang again. She picked it up. Hello. Her voice cracked. Static. A faint clicking sound. Then a voice. Soft. Careful. Is this the Calder residence? Yes, she whispered. Yes, this is. A pause. This is the regional banking office, the voice said. We're calling to confirm a name on an old account. Emma's mother felt dizzy. Her grip tightened. What name? She asked. Another pause. Longer this time. The voice continued, slower now. Emma Calder. The room seemed to tilt. The walls felt too close. That account was opened, the voice said, with a single sentence written in the notes section. Emma's mother closed her eyes. What sentence? She asked. The line crackled. It says, the voice read, if this phone ever rings again, I am still alive. Silence followed. No breathing. No static. Just the weight of that sentence. Emma's mother didn't cry. Didn't scream. She sat down slowly, understanding something without fully understanding it. The call ended. The phone went dead. And somewhere, a truth that had been buried for years shifted. Just enough. Because the sentence wasn't written by a bank clerk. And it wasn't written by a child. And the next call would reveal something far worse than disappearance. The next morning felt unreal. Light entered the house. But nothing felt warm. Emma's mother did not sleep. Not even for a minute. The phone sat exactly where it always had. Silent now. Harmless looking. Like it had done nothing wrong. She replayed the call again and again. Every word. Every pause. A bank. An account. A sentence. None of it made sense. Banks didn't call disconnected houses. Accounts didn't stay open for 8 years without activity. Children didn't write messages meant for the future. Unless someone helped them. She drove to the bank herself. The building was modern. Glass doors. Bright lights. A place that felt very far from the quiet house she had come from. At the counter she said the name. Emma Calder. The clerk froze. Not for long. Just enough. "1 moment," the clerk said, standing up too quickly. Minutes passed. Then a man appeared. Mid-40s. Plain suit. No Ismail. "I'm Daniel Ross," he said. "I handle archived accounts." He led her into a small office. Closed the door. "The account was opened in 1991, he said. "1 week after your daughter went missing." Her heart dropped. "By who?" she asked. Daniel hesitated. "Check the file again." "It was opened by a third party," he said. "Listed as a legal guardian temporarily." "That's impossible," she said. "I never signed anything." "We know," he replied. "That's why this account stood out." He slid a folder across the desk. Inside were copies, old forms, handwritten notes, and one sentence circled in red ink. "If this phone ever rings again, I am still alive." That sentence triggered an internal alert, Daniel said. "Not recently. 8 years ago." She stared at him, confused. "It flagged because the account was designed to do one thing," he continued. "Make a call." Her breath slowed. "What do you mean?" she asked. "The account wasn't for money," he said. "It was for timing." He explained it carefully. Slowly. The account held almost nothing, just enough to stay open. But it was linked to a scheduled instruction. A call. To her house. 8 years later. "Why 8 years?" she asked. Daniel didn't answer right away. "Because that's when guardianship laws expire," he said quietly. "And when certain records become harder to trace." The room felt smaller. "Who opened it?" she asked again. Daniel slid another page forward. A name. Not familiar. Not unknown. A social worker. Assigned to Emma's case. For only 3 days. Then transferred. "He disappeared," Daniel said. "Changed states. Changed names." Emma's mother felt something settle inside her. Cold. Heavy. "So Emma didn't disappear," she said. "She was taken." Daniel nodded. "But that's not the worst part," he added. He leaned forward. "The handwriting on the note," he said, "was not the social worker's." Her chest tightened. "It was added later," he continued. "Years later." "By who?" she whispered. Daniel met her eyes. "Someone who accessed the account remotely," he said. "Someone who knew the sentence mattered." A pause. "Someone who wanted you to know," he added. "But not too soon." Emma's mother closed her eyes. She didn't imagine Emma trapped. She didn't imagine fear. She imagined waiting. Silently. For the right moment. That thought hurt more. As she stood to leave, Daniel said one last thing. "There's one more record," he said. "A location ping. Not current." "Where?" she asked. He wrote it down. Slid the paper across. "A town name. 2 states away. Small. Quiet. Almost forgotten." Emma's mother folded the paper carefully. Placed it in her bag. Outside, the sun felt too bright. She didn't cry. Because somewhere, Emma had been alive long enough to leave a message. And someone else had waited 8 years to let that truth slip. But the town on that paper wasn't where Emma was taken. It was where someone finally decided to stop hiding the truth. The town looked ordinary. Too ordinary. One main road. A diner on the corner. A gas station with faded signs. No warning signs. No memories hanging in the air. Emma's mother parked near the edge of town. She sat in the car for a long moment. Hands on the steering wheel. Breathing slowly. This place didn't feel like a hiding spot. It felt like a place people forgot on purpose. She started with the address Daniel had circled. A small rental house. White paint. Blue door. No mailbox name. She knocked once. Then again. An older woman opened the door. Gray hair. Sharp eyes. "Yes," the woman said. Emma's mother swallowed. "I'm looking for information," she said. "About a child who lived here years ago." The woman studied her face. Too carefully. "No children here," she replied quickly. "Never were." The door closed. Emma's mother stood there, knowing that was a lie. She went to the diner next. The bell rang as she entered. Coffee smell. Low conversation. She took a seat at the counter. Passing through? The waitress asked. Yes, Emma's mother said. Looking for someone. Everyone is, the waitress said lightly. Emma's mother slid a photo across the counter. Old. Creased. A young girl. Big eyes. Uneven bangs. The waitress stopped smiling. That's not from here, she said, pushing the photo back. Emma's mother didn't move it. She grew up, she said softly. She might look different now. The waitress looked around, lowered her voice. Finish your coffee, she said. Then go. Why? Emma's mother asked. Because some people in this town, the waitress whispered, are very good at pretending. That night, Emma's mother stayed at a motel, the kind with thin walls and buzzing lights. She lay awake, listening. At exactly 2:17 a.m., the phone in her room rang. She sat up instantly. Hello, she said. No griting. Just breathing. Then a voice. Calm. Familiar in a way that hurt. You came, the voice said. Who is this? She asked. A pause. She still draws houses, the voice continued. But now she puts faces inside. Emma's mother felt the air leave her lungs. Is she alive? She whispered. Yes, the voice said. But not in the way you imagine. Anger rose. Fear followed. Where is she? Emma's mother demanded. Another pause. Close, the voice replied. Closer than you've ever been. The line went dead. The next morning she followed instinct. Not logic. She returned to the rental house. This time the door was open. Inside the air smelled stale. Unlived in. On the table sat a notebook. Inside were drawings. Houses. Faces. And words. Written by an adult hand. She remembers you. She asks questions. She is not ready. Emma's mother sat down slowly. This wasn't a rescue plan. It was a delay. Someone wasn't protecting Emma from danger. They were protecting a version of the truth. A truth that involved more than one person. More than one decision. As she stood to leave, she noticed something else. A school schedule on the wall. Current. Marked. A name written in the corner. Not Emma. Not Calder. A new name. A new life. Emma's mother understood then. Silently. Completely. Emma hadn't been lost. She had been rewritten. And the person controlling that new life was not the social worker. Not the bank. But someone Emma trusted first. The new name sat on the paper like it didn't belong there. Clean handwriting. Careful letters. A name chosen. Not born. Emma's mother said it out loud once. Quietly. Just to hear how wrong it sounded. She folded the paper. Put it in her pocket. Outside the town moved slowly. People waved to each other. Cars passed without hurry. No one looked guilty. That was the most disturbing part. She drove to the local school. Brick building. Flag out front. Children's voices floating through open windows. She sat in the car watching parents arrive early. Watching children run ahead. One girl caught her attention. Older than Emma would have been. Taller. Hair pulled back tightly. But the walk. The way she held her shoulders. The way she paused before entering the building. It was familiar. Emma's mother didn't follow her inside. Not yet. She went to the public records office instead. Small. Outdated computers. A bored clerk. I'm researching family histories, she said calmly. A name change from the late 90s. The clerk barely looked up. Typed slowly. Then stopped. That one's sealed, he said. Court approved. Private adoption. Private by who? She asked. The clerk shrugged. Local recommendation. A pattern formed. Slowly. Painfully. This town didn't hide Emma. It accepted her. As something else. That evening the motel phone rang again. Emma's mother didn't jump this time. She expected it. You saw her, the voice said. Yes, she replied. And she saw me. A pause. She doesn't know you, the voice said. That was the agreement. There was no agreement, Emma's mother said. You stole her. Another pause. Longer. She was unhappy, the voice said quietly. She was afraid. You were distracted. Tired. That doesn't give you the right, Emma's mother said. I gave her safety, the voice replied. I gave her stability. You gave her silence, she said. The voice softened. She laughs, it said. She sleeps through the night. She doesn't wait by phones. Emma's mother closed her eyes. That sentence, she said. The one in the account. Who wrote it? Silence. She did. The voice finally admitted. Years later, when she was ready, Emma's mother felt something break. Not loudly, not dramatically, quietly. You let her believe I didn't look for her, she said. Yes, the voice answered. Because that was easier. The call ended. Emma's mother didn't scream, didn't throw the phone. She understood the truth now. This wasn't about kidnapping. It was about control. About deciding what kind of pain was acceptable. The next morning, she stood across the street from the school again. The girl walked out, laughing with friends. Then she stopped, turned. Their eyes met. Just for a second. No recognición. No memory, but something else. A hesitation. A feeling without a name. The girl looked away first. Emma's mother smiled. Softly. Not because it was enough, but because it was real. She walked back to her car. Hands steady. She wasn't here to take Emma away. She was here to give her a choice. But the person who raised Emma was already planning one final move. And it would force a decision no one could undo. The final move began quietly. No police. No court papers. No confrontación. Just preparation. Emma's mother felt it before she saw it. The town changed its rhythm. Doors closed faster. Eyes looked away sooner. Someone was protecting something. Or someone. She returned to the motel early that evening. Packed her bag. Left nothing behind. At dusk the phone rang again. She answered without fear. You should leave, the voice said. She's asking questions now. Good, Emma's mother replied. She deserves answers. A pause. She won't choose you, the voice said. You know that. Emma's mother breathed in slowly. She doesn't have to, she said. She just has to know I exist. The voice sharpened. You're romanticizing this, it said. Truth isn't kind. It disrupts. No, Emma's mother replied. Lies do. Silence stretched. Then the voice spoke again. Lower. Careful. There's a file, it said. Medical. Psychological. If it's released, it will hurt her. Emma's mother closed her eyes. So this is a threat, she said. It's protection, the voice insisted. The same thing I've always done. That was the moment. The silent realization. This person didn't see Emma as a person. She was a project. An outcome. You never asked her, Emma's mother said. You decided for her. The voice didn't deny it. She'll be leaving town tomorrow, it said. A school program. Out of state. Emma's mother understood. This was the escape. The final erasure. Let me speak to her, she said. Once. No, the voice said immediately. Then I stay, Emma's mother replied. A pause. Then laughter. Soft. Tired. You can't undo 8 years, the voice said. You can't compete with a lifetime. I'm not competing, she said. I'm witnessing. That night, Emma's mother wrote a letter. Short. Simple. No accusations. No explanations. Just truth. I looked for you. I never stopped. You were loved even in silence. She left the letter where it would be found. Inside the notebook. Between the drawings. The next morning, she stood by the school one last time. The girl exited alone this time. Slower. Thoughtful. She paused near the gate. Picked something up from the ground. The letter. She read it. Once. Then again. Her face didn't change much. But her grip tightened. She looked up. Saw Emma's mother. They didn't speak. They didn't move. Just eye contact. Longer than before. Enough. The girl folded the letter. Placed it in her pocket. Then she turned and walked away. Emma's mother didn't follow. Because some truths aren't meant to pull. They're meant to wait. Behind her, a car door slammed. The voice called out. Angry now. Afraid. You ruined everything, it said. Emma's mother shook her head. No, she replied. You did. I just stopped pretending. She left town that day, not knowing what choice would be made, but knowing something irreversible had happened. The truth had been seen. And once seen, it never stays quiet, because weeks later, a different phone would ring, and this time, Emma would be the one holding it. The phone was not the old one. No, wait. A small device. Modern. Ordinary. Emma held it in her hand like it might disappear, like it might decide something for her. She had waited 3 weeks. 3 quiet weeks. No voices calling at night. No instructions. No warnings. Just thoughts. The letter stayed folded in her pocket. She didn't read it again. She didn't need to. Some words settled the first time. She sat on her bed. Door closed. Lights off. The number was saved under no name. She pressed call. The ring sounded different on this phone. Softer. Less demanding. Someone answered. Hello, a woman said. Emma swallowed. I don't know how to say this, she said. So I'll just say it. Silence. I think you're my mother. The line didn't break. It didn't click. Just breathing. Shaking. Yes, the woman said finally. Yes, I am. Emma felt something loosen inside her chest. Not relief. Not happiness. Recognition. I'm not calling to leave, Emma said quickly. I'm not calling to come back. I know, her mother replied. You don't owe me anything. That mattered. I just needed to hear your voice, Emma said. To know it's real. It is, her mother said. And so are you. A pause. They told me you forgot, Emma said. That you moved on. I never did, her mother answered. I just learned how to wait. Emma closed her eyes. All these years, she said. I thought something was wrong with me. Her mother's voice softened. There never was, she said. There was something wrong with the choices made around you. Emma exhaled slowly. I don't hate them, she said. That scares me. That means you're human, her mother replied. Another pause. I don't know who I am yet, Emma said. I have 2 names. 2 stories. You get to choose which parts to keep, her mother said. Or you can make a 3rd one. Emma smiled faintly. I think I'd like that, she said. They didn't talk long. They didn't need to. Some conversations don't close wounds. They open doors. When the call ended, Emma sat in the dark for a long time. She wasn't rescued. She wasn't reclaimed. She was awake. Across town, another phone rang. Once. Then again. But no one answered. Because control only works when silence agrees. And silence had finally stepped aside. But the truth was already moving. And the people who built the lie were about to realize that quiet endings don't protect anyone. The truth did not arrive loudly. It never does. It moved through cracks. Through pauses. Through people who finally spoke differently. Emma noticed it first at school. Teachers hesitated before saying her name. Friends asked questions they hadn't asked before. Are you moving? Is everything okay? She answered carefully. Honestly. Without explanations. At home the atmosphere changed. Doors closed more often. Voices lowered. The person who raised her watched closely now. Too closely. You've been distracted, they said one evening. Is something bothering you? Emma looked at them. Really looked. For the first time she didn't feel small. I'm thinking, she replied. About what? They asked. About how quiet this house is, Emma said. And how loud it used to feel. That answer ended the conversation. 2 days later, the social worker's name resurfaced. Not in records. In whispers. A former colleague made a call. Then another. Files that were sealed became reviewed. Not opened, but noticed. Patterns emerged. A child placed without oversight. A town that vouched without documentation. A guardian who never let the system follow up. No crime screamed from the pages, but responsibility hovered everywhere. Emma felt it when the phone rang again. Not her mother this time. "This is Child Services," the voice said. "We'd like to speak with you." Emma's heart raced, then steadied. "Yes," she said. "I'd like that too." The meeting was calm, gentle. No accusations. No uniforms. Just questions. "How long have you known? How do you feel? What do you want?" Emma answered slowly, truthfully. "I don't want anyone punished," she said. "I want honesty." The caseworker nodded. "That's usually harder," she said. At home, tension thickened. "You told them," the voice accused. "Late at night. Sharp." "I told the truth," Emma replied. "They'll take you away," the voice warned. "Is that what you want?" Emma shook her head. "I want to stop pretending," she said. Silence followed. Heavy. Fragile. That night, Emma packed a small bag. Not to leave. Just to be ready. Across the state, her mother received a letter. No return address. Just one line. "I remember your voice." She sat down slowly, hands trembling. She didn't call back. She didn't rush. Waiting was something she had learned well. The system moved carefully, quietly. No arrests. No headlines. Just meetings. Reviews. Conversations that could no longer be avoided. The town felt it too. People stopped looking away. Because once a lie is named, everyone who helped it survive feels exposed. Emma stood by her window that night, watching the streetlights flicker. She wasn't afraid. For the first time, she felt present. Because the final decision would not be made by a court or a guardian, but by Emma herself. The meeting room was small. Neutral colors. Soft lights. A table. 3 chairs. Emma sat in the middle. On one side, the person who raised her. Straight posture. Hands folded tightly. On the other, a caseworker. Notebook open. Voice calm. No one spoke at first. Emma noticed how quiet it felt. Not tense. Just honest. "We're not here to decide your future," the caseworker said gently. "We're here to understand it." Emma nodded. The person beside her shifted. "She's confused," they said quickly. "This is a lot for her." Emma didn't look at them. "I'm not confused," she said. "I'm processing." That word landed heavy. The caseworker smiled slightly. "Do you want to tell us," she asked, "what this experience has felt like for you?" Emma thought for a moment. "It feels like waking up," she said slowly, "and realizing you've been in the same room your whole life, but no one told you there was a door." The person beside her inhaled sharply. "We gave you everything," they said. "Safety. Stability." "I know," Emma replied. "And I'm grateful." A pause. "But gratitude doesn't erase truth," she added. Silence filled the room again. The caseworker leaned forward. "What do you want now?" she asked. "Not later. Not someday. Now." Emma closed her eyes. Images came. A childhood that felt real. A voice she had just discovered. 2 lives that didn't cancel each other out. "I want space," Emma said. "To learn without pressure. To choose without fear." The person beside her laughed softly. Not kindly. "You think choice is simple," they said. "It isn't." Emma opened her eyes. "I know," she replied. "But it's still mine." That sentence changed everything. The caseworker wrote something down. Slowly. "No immediate relocation," she said. "No forced separation." The person beside Emma relaxed slightly. "But," the caseworker continued, "there will be oversight. Transparency. And Emma will decide contact on her terms." The word oversight hung in the air. Emma stood up. "I need some air," she said. Outside, the sky was overcast. Wind moving through trees. Her phone buzzed. A message. From her mother. "I'm proud of you." Emma stared at the screen. She didn't reply right away. She didn't need to. Pride didn't demand anything. Behind her, the door opened. "You're making a mistake," the voice said quietly. "They'll judge me. They'll rewrite everything." Emma turned. "No," she said. "They'll see everything." The voice faltered. "I loved you," they said. Emma nodded. I know, she replied. But love without choice is just another kind of cage. She walked away. Not running. Not hiding. Just moving forward. And when the final truth surfaced, it wouldn't be about who took Emma, but who decided. They knew what was best for her. The records did not scream. They never do. They arrived in folders. Stamped. Dated. Names typed neatly. Decisions made casually. Emma sat alone when she read them. Not because she was told to. Because she chose to. The story unfolded slowly. A recommendation letter. A temporary placement. An emergency decision that never ended. No villain in bold letters. Just people making choices that were never meant to be permanent. The person who raised her had written reports. Careful ones. Convincing ones. She is adjusting well. She does not ask questions. She does not mention her past. Emma paused there. Does not mention. Not does not remember. That difference mattered. She closed the folder. Across town, the meeting was already happening. The caseworker sat across from the guardian. Voice firm now. You were not authorized to delay reunification indefinitely, she said. You were required to reassess. I reassessed every day, the guardian replied. I watched her grow. That wasn't your decision alone, the caseworker said. The guardian's voice cracked. You think the truth would have helped her? You think being torn apart again would have healed anything? The caseworker didn't argue. Truth doesn't promise comfort, she said. It promises agency. That word returned. Again and again. Agency. Emma met her mother in person for the first time. In a small public park. Neutral ground. Open sky. They didn't hug immediately. They sat on opposite ends of the bench. I don't know what to call you, Emma said. Her mother smiled softly. You don't have to call me anything, she said. I'm just here. They watched children play. Heard laughter pass between strangers. I don't hate them, Emma said suddenly. Her mother nodded. I figured, she replied. You were raised with intention. That matters. But intention isn't innocence, Emma said. Her mother looked at her. Really looked. No, she said. It isn't. The investigation concluded quietly. No handcuffs. No headlands. Licenses revoked. Recommendations withdrawn. A career ended without ceremony. The town didn't protest. It exhaled. Emma stood in her room that night. Packing again. This time for herself. She wasn't leaving forever. She wasn't staying the same. She wrote one final note. Left it on the kitchen table. I needed the truth to grow. I hope you understand someday. She didn't wait for a response. Some endings don't need witnesses. Because the final chapter was never about where Emma would live, but about what she would carry forward, and what she would finally leave behind. The new place was small. A rented room, a desk by the window, 2 suitcases. Nothing familiar. Nothing borrowed. Emma placed her things slowly, not unpacking everything. Just enough. Outside, the city moved differently. Faster. Less careful. She liked that. No one here knew her story. No whispers. No post-conversations. She could decide when to speak, and when not to. Her mother helped without hovering. Groceries left at the door. Messages without expectations. Did you eat? I'm nearby if you need me. Emma appreciated that. One evening, as rain tapped against the glass, Emma found the notebook again. The drawings. The houses. The faces. She flipped to the last page. Blank. She picked up a pen. Hesitated. Then drew. A house. 2 windows. A door wide open. No labels. No names. Just space. She realized something then. Quietly. Almost with surprise. The past had shaped her. But it didn't own her. She didn't need to erase it. Or worship it. She just needed to understand it. Her phone buzzed. A message from the guardian. The first since she left. I hope you're safe. No apology. No explanation. Emma stared at the screen. She didn't feel angry. She didn't feel victorious. She felt done. She typed back. I am. Nothing more. That night Emma dreamed. Not of being taken. Not of being hidden. She dreamed of standing still, while the world adjusted around her. Weeks passed. The story faded from active files, from conversations, but not from Emma. She enrolled in a class, chose a subject she liked, not one that made sense on paper. She laughed more, asked questions, corrected people when they assumed. Sometimes late at night, she thought about the phone call, the one that started everything, the sentence, written to be found. She understood it now. It wasn't a cry for rescue. It wasn't a plan. It was proof of awareness. I am still alive, not just physically, but internally. She was. And when the final truth surfaced, it would not come from a file or a call, but from Emma's own words, spoken when she was finally ready. Emma stood at the podium longer than necessary, not because she was nervous, because she was choosing her words. The room was quiet, not heavy, respectful. This wasn't a courtroom, not an investigation. It was a small conference about ethics, about systems meant to protect. She wasn't introduced as a victim or a survivor, just a speaker. Emma adjusted the microphone. When I was 9, she began, I disappeared on paper. A few people shifted in their seats. No one broke a window. No one left a ransom note. No one meant to be cruel. She paused. That's the hardest truth. She spoke calmly, not accusing, not defensive. I was moved, renamed, and reassured, she continued. Everyone involved believed they were helping me. She looked up, and none of them asked me. Silence settled, the kind that listens. I grew up safe, Emma said. But safety without choice is just control wearing a softer face. Her mother sat in the back row, still, present. So here's what I learned, Emma said. Truth doesn't destroy families. Secretes do. A breath. And love, she added, is not proven by how long you hold on, but by whether you're willing to let go. She stepped away from the podium. No applause at first. Then it came. Not loud. Sincere. Later outside, her mother joined her. You were clear, she said. Emma smiled faintly. I was honest, she replied. That felt enough. They walked in silence for a while. I used to think the phone call saved me, Emma said suddenly. The one that started everything. Her mother looked at her. But it didn't, Emma continued. It just reminded me I existed. She stopped walking. I saved myself, she said. Not proudly, not bitterly, just fact. That night Emma returned home. Her own place, her own quiet. She sat by the window, city lights blinking below. Her phone rested on the table. It didn't ring. And for the first time, that felt right. Because the story no longer needed a signal or permission. It had reached its truth. Some people are found, not by being taken back, but by being finally heard.